Good morning everyone. My name is Irene M. Ibanez, and today I will discuss about the twin goals of critical thinking and problem solving in K-12 mathematics. In the twin goals of critical thinking and problem solving in K-12, the Philippine K-12 curriculum emphasizes critical thinking and problem solving as the twin goal of mathematics education. These goals aim to equip learners with the skills and knowledge necessary to navigate the complexities of the modern world and to succeed in their future endeavor. So these are the goals of critical thinking and problem solving. First, we have the critical thinking. It refers to the intellectually disciplined process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, analyzing, applying, synthesizing, and evaluating information gathered from or generated by observations and experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication as a guide to belief and action, and it involves questioning, assumption, evaluating evidence, and forming logical conclusion. So next is problem solving. In problem solving, it involves finding a way around a difficult obstacles and finding a solution to a problem that is unknown. It requires applying critical thinking skills to identify the problems, analyze potential solutions, and choose the most effective approach. So, sa problem solving, once you identify the problem, first you have to identify the problem, and the next step you'll do is to list all the possible solutions that you can come up to, and the last step is you have to pick the most effective approach for you to solve that problem.
Hey everyone, this is the continuation of twin goals of critical thinking and problem solving in K-12 mathematics. So the key stage standards for K-12 mathematics. The K-12 mathematics curriculum outlines specific standards for each key stage, which define the knowledge, skills, and understanding that students should achieve by the end of the stage. These standards are designed to ensure a coherent progression in students' mathematical learning. Key Stage 1, K-3, and of the Grade 3 learners should demonstrate understanding the appreciation of key concepts and skills. Learning Area Standards for K-12 Mathematics. So the learning area standards for K-12 mathematics is the learner demonstrates understanding and appreciation of key concepts and principles of mathematics as applied using appropriate technology in problem solving, critical thinking, communicating, reasoning, making connection, representation, and decision in real life. Let's talk about problem solving. So, problem solving, this involves applying mathematical concepts and strategies to find solution to various problems. It goes beyond just calculating and focuses on how students approach and resolve unfamiliar situations. For example, a student is given a world problem involving the distribution of candies among friends. They must use division or multiplications to determine how many candies each person receives.
Good day, sir. I'm Kirby Rando. I will discuss the theoretical basics of K-12 mathematics education. The K-12 curriculum draws on various theoretical frameworks, including Piaget's theory of cognitive development. This theory emphasizes the importance of stage of cognitive development in learning, suggesting that children learn best when they are presented with tasks that are appropriate for their developmental level. So dito sinasuggest dito na that children learn best when they are presented. So sabi dito, pag binigyan natin ng gawain ng mga bata na angkop sa kanilang developmental level. So
Hi sir, good day. So my topic is all about the conceptual framework of K-12 mathematics education. Conceptual is based on the idea that learning is an active process of constructing knowledge through experience. It emphasizes the following principle. So yung conceptual framework daw ng K-12 mathematics education, it is an active process na it construct knowledge through experience of studying.
Good day, sir.
So we have here the following principle. So the first one is experimental learning. Learning occurs through the transformation of experience where knowledge is created by grasping and transforming experiences. So from the word knowledge, so from the word experience. So in that experience, we gain a lot of knowledge. So in that experience, we transform our experience to a new idea and to a new knowledge. The second one is situated learning. Learning is most effective when it occurs in the same context in which concepts and theories are applied. So from the word naman dito is situation. So in that situation or scenario, if you're in that situation, they are being applied the knowledge and magiging effective ito kung nandun ka sa sitwasyon na yon. Makakagather ka ng a lot of idea and knowledge to that. The third one is reflective learning. So learning is facilitated by reflective thinking where learners are encouraged to think about their experiences and make sense of them. So from the word naman, reflect. So dito na magre-reflect yung mga experience natin and parang maggagawa natin to ng kabuluhan. So kapag nakagather tayo ng mga idea, knowledge, magre-reflect to sa atin through our experience. So the fourth one is constructivism. So learners construct their own knowledge by drawing their experiences and connecting them to new ideas. So yung experience natin, i-construct natin daw ng ating mga knowledge and i-draw natin para makabuo tayo ng panibagong ideas sa pamamagitan ng pag-connect natin sa mga experiences natin. So, the fifth one is cooperative learning. Active learning is achieved by working with fellow learners on a shared task. So, alam naman natin from the word cooperative, so halimbawa, kapag may mga tasks tayo na pinapagawa ng ating mga teacher, so ginugroup nila tayo sa iba. So in that group, nakikipagsalamuha tayo, magpapalit-palitan tayo ng mga idea kasama yung mga groups natin. And then in that cooperative learning, makakagather din tayo ng idea sa kanila. And then masashare din natin yung mga thoughts natin, yung mga experience natin. And then makakapag-share din tayo ng mga new ideas sa kanila. And then the last one, discovery and inquiry-based learning. So students learn by asking questions and discovering new ideas through personal experiences. So alam naman natin na yung mga bata, yung mga students is mahilig silang magtanong. So yung mga utak nila is madali silang naku-curious sa isang bagay. So in that, mag-ask sila ng question. And then, in that question, kapag nasagot ito ng tama, nakaka-discover sila ng new ideas through their personal experiences. So, that's all, sir. Thank you.
I am Kate De Murillo. So my topic is all about learning area standard. So learning area standard, the learners demonstrates understandings and appreciations of key concepts and principles of mathematics as applied using appropriate technology in problem solving, critical thinking, communicating, reasonings, making connections, representations, and decisions in real life.
This means po the student should understand and use math in real-life situations. For example po, if may budget sila and need nila bumili like groceries po, magagamit nila ito upang ma-figure out what they can afford. They can use din po calculator to add the total, think about which item are necessary or kinakailangan, and make smart choices to stay within their budget po. So math po is nakakatulong po to solve this kind of everyday decisions po. So that's all po. Thank you.
The continuation of report, the key stage standard. K-12 Mathematics curriculum outlines a specific standard for each key stage which define the knowledge, skills, and understanding that students should achieve by the end of that stage. These standards are designed to ensure a coherent progression in students' mathematical learning. The K-12 Mathematics curriculum is structured around a specific standard for each educational stage like elementary and high school. So these standards detail what a student should know, be able to do, and understand by the end of each stage. So the goal is to ensure that students build their mathematical knowledge in a logical and connected way, making sure they are prepared for the next level of learning. So, key stage standard in primary grades. Key stage 1, by the end of grade 3, learners should demonstrate understanding and appreciation of key concepts and skills including whole numbers, counting, place value, and 4 basic operations. So means that the time the student finish grade 3, which is the end of key stage 1, they should have a solid grasp of several fundamental mathematical concepts and skills. Specifically, they should understand and work with whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, etc. Be able to count accurately, know about place value which help them to understand the value of digits in number, like knowing that in the number 23, the 2 represent 20 and 3 represent 3. So the 4 basic operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division.